Okay, this is the first in four videos about standard algorithms, and this is Learning Outcome 4 from Higher Computing Software Development Unit. One of the most commonly used and probably easiest to remember standard algorithm is the one which validates your input, and this is usually used with numbers. And it checks the input data to see if the value lies within a certain range, for example between 0 and 100 for a test score percentage. And if it is within that range, then data is accepted as valid and the program continues. However, if it's not, then the user is asked to enter the data again and again and again until a suitable value between the range, between the two limits has been entered. So what is the pseudocode? Fairly straightforward. You start off by asking for and storing a value. Now, input validation is usually used with integer or single variables or real variables. If you were to use it with strings, you would probably have to use a conversion function first to turn it into ASCII code and then do the comparison on ASCII. But it is possible. So if you ask for it and store the value, and step 2 is the while loop. So this means that the code may not run in steps 3 and 4. It won't run if the value is valid. Okay, so you got to watch that you're checking to see if the value is out with the specified range. So in this case, any number between 0 and 20 is valid. Anything out with that should run the code at step 3 and 4. Step 3, you start off by displaying an error message or playing a sound or showing some sort of feedback to the user. And then step 4 is identical to step 1. You have to ask for and store the value again. If you don't do this, if you enter a variable or a value that's out with the valid range, then it will loop repeatedly or infinitely, because it will never ask you to enter the value again. Step 5 is ending the while loop, and obviously the program would continue on from after step 5.